Okay, this video is going to be about the course website for CSS 331 Files and Database Systems, the Fall 2019 term. Okay, as you can see, this is the course website. It's cs.indstate.edu/LMA1/courses, and if you just go to that by itself, that is a listing of the courses I am teaching. Just click on the course in which you are enrolled. So this is CSS 331. All of my courses are set up this way, such on the left there's a navigation window. The home page has catalog description, course syllabus, so this is important. You can always access that here. Very important information about grading here. We've already done a video on that. And then also Mattermost Chat. There's a link. If you have not signed up for Mattermost Chat, there will be some assignments that go through Mattermost Chat, and you do need to be signed up for that, so make sure you get that done. Over here on the left, the next item is schedule. This is the schedule and due dates. This is basically where all of your assignments, you will be shown when they will be due. Okay, so as you can see, last Friday, log into Mattermost Chat was due. If you haven't done it, you still need to do it. This coming Friday, we're going to say that the login to the CS server is due. Okay, and then not this week, but starting next week, we're going to have our first homework assignment and our first lab. Okay, it was previously scheduled for this week. I moved it back a little bit. Okay, so Wednesday, September 4th, the first homework will be due, and it should be assigned by that Monday. So you'll have generally 2 days to work on a homework, 2 full days, and then the lab 1 will be assigned by Monday, and you will have the 5 days or so to work on it. Right, and so that will be due Friday, the 6th of September. All right, so this schedule page is very important. Keep an eye on that. Make sure you know when your assignments are due. Okay, so lecture materials. This section is any materials that you might need to read or look at in order to complete the homeworks or the labs. Okay, so whether you're in an online version of the course or the on-campus version of the course, this lecture materials section is very important. You do need to read through all of this. All right. Now, if you are in the online section of this course, then we have the online lectures section. In this, we will have videos, things that will correspond to what we're doing in class. All right. So if you're in the in-class version, you do not need to look at the online lectures portion unless you feel like you're not understanding something and you would like a little bit of extra information. All right. So online lectures are for the online course, but you still need to look at the lecture materials in order to help you complete the homeworks. Okay, so online lectures here, for example, the first one will be the syllabus, and then this course website will be the next one, and then we'll have one on logging into the CS server, etc., etc. Okay, so homeworks. The way we do the homeworks, each homework form will look something like this. Essentially, there is a link here. You'll receive a password in your email that corresponds to your identity, and when you click on this link, you can type in that password and take the multiple choice exam. It's a web form. Okay, so this is how you're going to take all of your homeworks and also the multiple choice portions of your exams. Okay, right now the link is not yet available. Normally when I put up the homework, the link will be available, but because I'm just doing a demo of the course website, I went ahead and put up a homework page while this link is not yet active. Okay, but normally if you see a homework, you'll be able to take it unless the due date has expired. All right, so below in this area here, these are all of the types of questions you're going to see on this homework. Okay, so if you want to take notes under each particular one, you don't have to do anything with this information, but it's available if you would like. The only thing you have to do to complete the homework is click on this link and take the multiple choice questionnaire. Okay, you don't have to click anything to save your answers. It automatically saves it as soon as you select an answer. Okay, so all you have to do to complete the homework is click on this link and enter your password and take the web form questionnaire. All right. And then down here, here's a little video each of the homeworks will include. This is going to be the same video on each one. You don't have to watch it every time, but if you're confused about how to get started, this walks you through the process of taking the homework. All right, so the next section over here on the left, we have labs. All right, so this is lab 1, and The naming is very, very important. In computer science, attention to detail is critical. You need to get used to that. All right. Unix is case sensitive. Linux is case sensitive. So if I tell you to name a directory lab1, all one word, lowercase, with no spaces, right? This is the correct way to name that directory. If you name it lab1 with a space, or capital L lab1, or something like this, you will not get any points. Okay, it's very important you follow the instructions exactly in the labs. This is a common feature of computer science. Attention to detail, again, is critical. So each of these labs are going to be divided into sections. So this is the first section of the first lab, and this is ACL permissions. This basically allows me, my user, to access your files. Okay, so this is important that you set this up, otherwise I won't be able to collect your files and you won't be able to get any credit for your labs. Okay, so this is a critical step. Make sure you follow this exactly. All right, and so for each section of the lab, this is the first section of the lab, there will be a subsection at the bottom called grading, and each one of these line items will enumerate exactly what you need to do to get the points to satisfy this section of the lab. Okay, so when you turn your lab in, you should know exactly what your grade is before I even grade it. Okay, I will still grade it as soon as I can and get it back to you as quickly as possible. But as soon as you turn it in, all of these grading sections should tell you exactly what your score should be. You should be able to calculate it on your own based on whether or not you accomplished these grading items. Okay, so here's the second section of the lab, right? And these labs are informational as well. So in the section of the lab, you'll see possibly some new commands describing, how to use these commands and extra information, as well as telling you what to do to accomplish the lab. Okay, so it is possible that you will learn new information that we haven't discussed in these lab sections. Okay, and then after you're told how to complete the lab, again we have a grading subsection, and each of the line items here are points that you can get for completing specific tasks. Okay, so here's a third section, and mainly this one is all just trying to get you used to using the command line using Linux, right? And we have a fourth section here, and this deals with creating files and copying files and differences in files. Okay, so as we go down here, this last one you see, we have the grading subsection, and there are several line items in which you can receive points. So for this first lab, I have a complete video demo of how to get 100%. Okay, so there really shouldn't be any excuse for not getting 100% on this first lab. So everything you need to do is right here in this first video. So everyone can start out with a nice 100% grade. All right, so that's the lab section. As we add additional labs, you'll see them appear here in this category. And then tutorials. These are basically tutorials for various different programs or aspects of computer science that students may need to reference regularly. Okay, so for example, we have Atom windowed text editor. You might forget some of the shortcuts for the text editor, so you might need to reference this a lot. All right, the tutorials are not things that you have to look at unless specifically unless you're specifically told to look at them from the lectures material section, which happens. Okay, up here right now, Mattermost, you're supposed to read the Mattermost article under the tutorials section. All right, so that happens a lot. At a certain point in the lecture material, we will tell you to read one of these items in the tutorials section. But we also have them in the tutorial section because you might need to reference them frequently. All right, so that's the course website. Again, this will be the hub for everything in the course. You need to bookmark this site and you need to check it regularly, probably daily would be a good idea. Okay, so that's it for this this video.